Hey y'all, welcome to today's Bold and Beautiful Chat. We start off with Eric is leaning over Sheila with blood on his hands and telling Quinn she killed Sheila. And Sally and Saul are talking about designs, and Saul tells Sally he believes in her. And Jarrett tells Bill, he's Bill's lawyer, that he's disappointed in Bill and his plan with Caroline. Bill says he has a plan B, and about the time he says that, CJ walks in and Bill greets him and says he's tired of waiting, and he wants to buy the Spectra building. Saul says they can pull this off and don't need Thomas. Shirley says, oh yes, they do need Thomas. And Bill told CJ that CJ can't always count on the rent being paid on time, and Bill wants to go ahead and buy Spectra. And then Sheila wakes up just as Bill tells Quinn to call 911. Eric asks what happened and helps Sheila sit up. Shirley told Sally that Thomas has a responsibility there at Spectra, and he ought to be there helping with the designs and all. Sal said with Sally at the helm, they can be successful. And Bill published the fact that Thomas was not currently at Spectra, just trying to do all he can to make things harder on them. And CJ turns down Bill's offer to buy Spectra, and Bill said CJ needs to put Spectra, the people at Spectra, and the Spectra building out of its misery. Bill has offered an extra $5 million to CJ for him personally from the last offer for Spectra, and Bill says that CJ will never have to work again. Brooke doesn't think Sheila is getting any better and acting any better, and she goes over a list of all the bad things that Sheila has done. And Quinn and Sheila go over how the fight started. Eric wanted to know, and Sheila glosses over the fact that she started the fight and went after Quinn, and Quinn starts also telling what happened, and Sheila wants to deny her bad part in it, and she tries to blame it all on Quinn, and Quinn asks Eric if he is really going to believe Sheila. Bill and Jarrett discuss if CJ will take the deal, and Bill says CJ can't pay the property tax as it is, and he needs to take the offer. Brooke dropped by to see Bill. They kiss, and his lawyer decides to leave, and Bill tells when they kiss, Bill tells Sky not to get jealous, and Brooke looks at him kind of weirdly, and Bill tells Brooke that Sky is the other woman in his life and explains all about that. Sally said they can't let Bill bully them. CJ comes in to Spectra to see Sally and the rest of them, and they talk about how successful since the Spencer Summit has been that they've become, and all the orders they've had and things like that. And CJ is in a real kind of like a sad mood, and he tells them he's decided to sell the building and they need to be out as soon as possible. The doctor comes to Eric to check on Sheila, and he said she has a concussion. She has no one to stay with to help watch her, because you know you're supposed to wake up every so often with a concussion. So Eric says she can stay with them, and Quinn stands there with her mouth wide open. And everyone at Spectra can't believe they're getting kicked out. And they all beg CJ to not do this to them, give them another chance, let them do one more line of designs and things like that. And Sally said Thomas still works there. He's just on a leave. And CJ thinks about what Bill said about the $5 million and that he'll never have to work again. And he says no. He's not going to let him stay any longer. And Sally put 2 and 2 together that Bill is going to get the building, and she confronted CJ with that. Bill said Scott is just like Brooke. He told Brooke that. They're both tall, sexy, statuesque. And he has Brooke, and he will have his skyscraper. Then Brooke and Bill kiss. And then the doctor says to call him, tell Sheila to call him if she needs him and not be left alone. Eric asked the doctor not to say anything to anybody, and the doctor said of course he wouldn't. And when the doctor left, then Quinn says, please don't let Sheila stay here. Think about what she's done and what she's doing and her past and what she's done now and all that. And Eric says Sheila has been treated unfairly since she's come back into their lives. And Sheila offers to go back to her hotel and stay, but Eric says no. And Quinn offers to hire a nurse to go back to the motel room with her so that she'll have somebody to watch over her. And Eric says no, and he seems real protective of Sheila and upset with Quinn and just upset in general. And so at the end, Sheila gives Quinn a smug type look, and that's the end of the story for today. So I appreciate you watching. I know I say the same thing every day, but I do appreciate you watching. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye.